Hello everyone, this is Professor Raghavendra Adhyapak, KLS Kokte College of Commerce, Belagavi. So in today's class, we are going to solve the problems on how to calculate the yield to call. Okay. So in the last class, we discussed about how to calculate the current yield. Okay. And yield to maturity. Correct. So in today's class, we are going to start with the yield to call. Okay. So first we'll see the example. What the given market price is 107, face value is rupees 100, coupon rate 12%, date of maturity date of purchase 1/1/2007, date of maturity 31/12/2012, and callable on 1/1/2009. Maturity or callable value is 105. From the above information, calculate yield to call of the bond. Okay, so these all information they already given. With the help of this information, we have to calculate what yield to call. Okay, so first we'll see what is the formula to calculate the yield to call. Okay, so there is a how we in the shortcut formula method only we calculated the YTM, that is yield to maturity. So same only this YTC, that is yield to call formula is also there. So what is the formula? Interest plus CV. So CV is nothing but our callable value. B naught market value divided by N means number of years. 0.4 remains same, that is constant. CV callable value 0.6 constant value. B naught, what is B naught? Market value. Okay, so now we'll one by one see how to solve this problem. Okay, so first is interest. So how to calculate interest? See here, what is the face value? Face value is 100, correct? So on this 100, how much interest we are getting? 12%, correct? So into 12%. So how much is the interest? 12 rupees, correct? So this is the what? Interest. So here interest is 12 plus what we want? CV. CV means what? Callable value. So what is the callable value? See here, maturity or callable value, how much it is? 105, correct? So we have to take here 105, correct? Next, minus what we want? B naught, correct? So what is a B naught? Market value. See here, what is the market value? Market price is 107. Okay, so that we have to take here as 107, correct? Next, divided by what? N means number of years. See here, so what is the date of purchase when we purchase this? On 1/1/2007. Okay, so bond is purchased on 1/1/2007. When the bond is callable on 1/1/2009. Okay, so 2007 to 2009, how many years? 2 years, correct? So that is nothing but your N. Okay, so now you have to take N as a how much? 2 years. Okay, next, divided by what? 0.4, that remains same. CV already we know that is callable value 105 plus 0.6 remains same. Now B naught is how much? 107, we already know that. Now simplify it. 12 plus remains as it is. 105 minus 107, how much? Minus 2, correct? So minus 2 divided by 2 get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 ones are, so minus 1 remains, correct? So this is what? Remaining minus 1. Okay, next, divided by 0.4 into 105, how much? 42. Next, 0.6 into 107, 64.2. Okay, so 12 plus into the bracket minus 1 plus minus minus, correct? So 12 minus 1 is 11 divided by 42 plus 64.2 is 106.2. So we got the answer as 0.1035. So this value is in a decimal, correct? But we want in the percentage, correct? So for that, what we have to do? Just multiply the decimal value with the 100, correct? So we get the answer as 10.35%. So yield to call value is how much? 10.35%. So this is how, by using the formula, we have to calculate the yield to call. Okay. Next we will see the problem on how to calculate the holding period return. So what is holding period return? We already discussed. Okay, so what is that? If you purchased a one bond, okay, on today, and you hold it, okay, you keep that bond with you for next 2 years or 3 years. So within that 2 years or 3 years, whatever return you are getting by holding those bonds with you, that is the holding period return. Okay, so we will see one example and how to calculate this yield holding period return. Okay, so the example is, an investor buys a bond of rupees 1060 and keeps it for 1 year, okay, during which he received an interest of rupees 110 from the company. At the end of the year, the bond is disposed for rupees how much? 1065. Calculate holding period return. Okay, so this is the information they are given, and we have to calculate what? Holding period return. So holding period return, HPR, is equal to, what is the formula? Total interest on asset plus BS minus B naught divided by B naught. So total interest on asset, totally how much interest we received, that, okay, plus BS means what? BS is nothing but sales price of a bond, or disposed value of the bond is BS. Okay, next B naught. So what is B naught? B naught is beginning value of the asset or bond, that is the B naught. Okay, so now by using this formula, we try to calculate the value of the holding period return. Okay, so what is the formula? HPR is equal to total interest on asset. Okay, first to see how much total interest he received. In the problem only they given, during the year which he received an interest of rupees 110, means 110 is how much? That is what? Interest received. Okay, next, so 110 plus, okay, this is happen. Now what is we want? BS. What is BS? I already told that BS is nothing but a sales price of a bond. Okay, so in the last line we see what they given, bond is disposed for rupees 1065. So disposed means nothing but disposable value or sales price, both are same. Okay, how much it is? 1065. Okay, next what we want? B naught. B naught is nothing but what? Beginning value, okay, initial value of the bond or asset. Okay, so beginning value means nothing but at which price he purchased the bond. So investor buys at which price? Investor buys a bond for rupees 1060, correct? Here is 1060. So B naught is how much? 1060 divided by what? B naught. B naught just now we calculated 1060, correct, into 100. Okay, now 110 plus 1065 minus 1060, 5 remains, divided by 1060 into 100. So finally holding period return we get as how much? 10.85%. Okay, so what is 10.85%? If you hold that bond for a 1 year, which you purchased for 1060 and having the maturity value of 1065, then in that 1 year your total return will be 10.85%. Okay, so this is how we calculate the holding period return. I hope everybody understood with this. Okay, so remaining we will see in the next class.